Okay, g'day again. We haven't really done anything to the shells since the last video. I still haven't finished welding the inside of that, basically, because I'm going to wash it underneath first, which involves getting everything off the floor in here, and it also involves getting my pressure cleaner working, which is having an issue at the moment. Yeah, it turns on, motor runs, water comes through, but there's no pressure. I think it's they got little pistons and springs and things. It's valves, it's a stuck valve, piston, broken spring, something like that. It should be an easy fix. It's just a matter of finding time to pull it apart. Anyway, what we have done, I've got the chassis cleaned, primed and sprayed. I had a little bit of an issue with it on one side because I sandblasted it and the sand gets inside it, and you think you've blown it all out, and this is actually when it was upside down, and keep going over it, blowing it out, and then you go to spray and there just happens to be some sand in there still, and it blows out over the top of the paint, and, which is what you can see. I probably can't see it anyway, but this is a bit textured. Got a bit of sand grit. Also needs a recoat. There's a few places which are a bit thin. That's the issue with the light. The sun in one position provides shadows on the other side, and you think you got it all done, and then when the sun changes in the afternoon, you see all these bits that don't really have enough paint on them. But, anyway, I'll get back to that. I'll touch it up when I can get it back in here, actually. So, just done my diff. That was a pain in the bum. So already had several layers of paint in amongst rust and everything else, and just cleaning it off. It actually took longer to do the diff than it did the chassis. And I've primed the hubs, but I haven't put gloss on them. The reason for that is every time I put gloss on something, gloss enamel or something like that, where something else presses against it, it just lifts the paint off anyway. So hopefully the primer is enough to protect it, and it should actually not stick to it, the primer. So hopefully it won't pull it off. As for the centre bit in the hub, when I've got the drums I'll put in the sandblast cabinet, and when they're primed, I'll put the drums back on there, and then I'll black the drums and the end of the hub at the same time. Like just this small bit in here, is what I'm talking about, bit that's visible. I masked up the end here for a reason. The seal is cracked in here and leaking somewhat. Not a lot, but I don't want any leaks, so I'll be having to take this off and replace the seal, and I've got to do a little bit of research first, because before undoing this nut I need to find out, well, firstly what the tension is to do it, the torque is to do it back up again, and also whether it's going to interfere with the the settings in the diff itself. And I'm sure whether the amount that you tighten that up pulls it one way or another to as far as your crown and pinion are located. So I'm going to do a little bit of research on that before I take it off. And, other than that, the sump cover was seeping, and I checked that and I found that there was a couple of bolts were a little bit loose, so I've tightened them all up. Hopefully that's going to solve the problem and it won't leak anymore. There's oil dripping out of the breather here at the moment. It's this breather here. I'm going to take that out. I'll take it out. I'm going to drain the diff anyway. It's due for an oil change, and I'll take that out, clean it, put it back in. So, yeah. Anyway, the next thing I've got to do now, which is going to be another pain in the bum, is to clean and paint these springs without pulling them apart. So that's going to be interesting in itself. It's something you don't normally bother with on a car. They're rusty on just about every car, but going to all the trouble to paint the chassis, and I'll be painting the underbody and painting the diff. You can't just hook up a nice cleanly painted diff to a rusty old springs. So, but there's going to be a fair bit of sandblasting involved in that. There'll also be, I'll be putting some fish oil compound in between the springs where, because obviously the paint won't be able to get in there. So just to try and stop it rusting again. What you can see on here, I don't know what brand of this is or anything, but this here is an extra leaf I bought, 20 years ago. I bought it in Blacktown, New South Wales, and it made a huge difference. I think the bottom one's the original. I don't know if that comes with it or not, even though it's thicker. Don't remember now. It might have, but that made a huge difference. The handling and carrying ability. Can load a whole lot more weight in that. And I said I don't know who makes it or anything. It's too long ago to remember, but yeah. The other option probably with those models is the 1-tonners have probably got a heavier spring. That could be another option if you want to beef it up a bit. But anyway, as I said, these have worked. They've worked good. As you see, I've still got to clean up my sway bars and everything. As to the steering leakage, sooner or later that'll go on the trailer, because I've already bought part of that, and I'll bar this. The idler arm was bought not very long back, so that's hardly done any work, so I'll be taking that off and painting that, but everything else is getting replaced, this whole complete steering linkage. So anyway, there we go. Thanks for watching. Bye.